Good morning, good morning. It's me. Hey. Hey, man, what's going on here? Good morning. Figured I'd try something different for you guys. Good morning to you. It is Tuesday. It is Valentine's Day. Good morning and happy Valentine's Day to all you lovers out there. Good morning. Mike, Clock Family Adventures is in the house. Good morning to you. And James Catanese is here. Good morning, James. How are you? Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. You do what I see. What I see you. Yeah, it's not black this time, is it? I came right up, which is a good thing. And I think it's the picture's a little bit clearer than it has been. So I did some work behind the scenes last night, and it looks like I was successful. So hopefully everything is good and good to go. Like I said, it is Tuesday morning, and like we do several times in the week, we come up early in the morning. Tomorrow, Hump Day, we'll be up sometime around 6 o'clock p.m. We're going to do our evening show, our Hump Day evening show, so I'll look for that. Good morning, PSV Odyssey. Paul, good to see you, sir. And time to make a captain. Right on. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I did get your message last night too, Paul. So I'll make sure that I take care of that. And I just want to talk about the weekend a little bit. We had the cruisathon, and everybody that was part of that did a fantastic bang up job. We raised over $4,000 for a great cause, and if you're familiar with the Helping Hands for Cruising, that's a good thing. And if you're not, Helping Hands for Cruising helps raise funds to help those that are less fortunate than us take a dream cruise of a lifetime. It offers folks that normally wouldn't be able to go on an awesome vacation. It offers them the opportunity to be able to do that. So I just want to thank everybody involved. I want to thank those who donated. And this year, we're going to make another couple or two couples happy and be able to take a vacation that they probably never thought they would be able to do. So I just want to mention this one more time here. You can donate all year long. You don't have to donate just during the cruisathon. Even though the cruisathon is over, there's several ways that you can help. If you go to helpinghandsforcruising.org, you'll be able to find all the tools that you need in order to lend a hand and help us raise some more funding. This year we want to raise at least $10,000. So we didn't do it during the cruisathon. We did raise a great sum, like I said, over $4,000. But there's still more that we can do, and we're looking for everybody's help. So go to helpinghandsforcruising.org. Follow the QR code that I have up on the screen, and you'll be doing your part to help send some folks on an awesome vacation that, like I said, they normally probably would never even think about doing. So thank you for that. It is Tuesday. It is Cup of Joe. Good morning to everybody. I'm sporting my my swag here, Stu Torres channel. Let's have a sip, shall we? Enjoy your morning beverage. Oh, man. Best sip of the day right there. I'll tell you that. Good morning to Kathy Fowler. Kathy's with us in the house. Kathy is going to be joining us on the Booze Cruise in October, October 29th through November 5th. That's going to be sailing out of New Orleans. And that should be a good time. We got some time before that comes up. Hopefully several more adventures before we get there. But I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. James Catanese is in the house, and he is going on the next cruise, leaving March 12th out of Tampa, him and his wife Cindy, along with several other folks in our group. That should be a good time. I wish I could go with them, but I know they're going to have a great time, and we're going to live vicariously through them when we see all the pictures and the videos. Mike from Clock Family Adventures is saying he'll be on the Booze Cruise as well. And that's going to be good because I can't wait to meet him and all the other YouTube family members that we're part of here. We got a good group going. I think Sea Legs Journey, I think they're going to go, and Bam and Nola. There's a bunch others that I haven't met yet. So that's going to be a good time. So welcome to the show. We do this 3 or 4 times a week. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be up in the evening at 6 p.m. It'll be Hump Day Wednesday, our Hump Day show. So look for that. I will put out the link for that later on today. But I found out a little bit of news. So let's jump right to that. So the Carnival Cruise Lines, they've unveiled one of their longest cruises coming up. I found this out last night. They're going to be offering a 31-day cruise, which, wow, a month long on a cruise ship. That's going to start in 2024, and it's going to be sailing on that ship right there. That's the Carnival Luminosa. It's going to be leaving Brisbane, Australia, and sailing to Washington, I think. We'll find out as I read through the article, but that's starting in 2024, and starting price is $34.50 for that. So it's going to be a transatlantic cruise. It's going to sail from Brisbane, Australia, like I said, to Seattle, Washington, in 2024. Over half of the month-long sailing will be spent at sea with no ports of call. That sounds interesting. I wonder how that's going to go. That seems like a long time. What do you guys think? You think that's a long time to be able to be cruising? I don't know. But let's see. If you plan to sail on this 31-day cruise, be prepared to spend most of the trip at sea with no ports of call. Of over the 150 sailings Carnival currently has available for reservations, 70 are under this Journeys segment. So I think their Journeys segment are some of their longer cruises. I think they start around 10 days and they go up from there. They're designed to have more unique and longer itineraries. The shortest of these cruises are currently 10 days long, so they start at 10 days and they work their way up. Has anybody been on one of these Journey cruises before? I find that interesting. I'd like to hear people's take on it. This length pales to the newest announcement, so the 10 days pales to the newest announcement of 31 days. On February 8th, Carnival unveiled its 31-day cruise that will sail from Brisbane. On April 1st, 2024, the Carnival Luminosa and its travelers, we begin the first leg of their sailing with a trip from Australia to Guam. And I think, honestly, it sounds interesting to me. The first journey won't be a short ride. The trip to Guam will take 8 days with no ports of call. So you'll be out to sea for 8 days, and then you'll hit Guam. A day after Guam, the vessel will sail for another 2 days before docking in Okinawa, Japan. This will be Carnival's first time in the Japanese prefecture. From there, the ship tours around Japan will continue with stops in Hiroshima, Tokyo, Omori, and Kyushiro, with several sailings days in between. So you'll sail around Japan for a few days and stop at several ports. Then it's another 5 days at sea, including the international dateline before hitting the Alaska leg of the trip from day 25 to day 29, which includes views of Hubbard Glacier and stops at Anchorage, Juneau, and Ketchikan. From Alaska, the ship will then spend its last day at sea before finally docking in Seattle on day 31, concluding the month-long journey across 3 continents. Like any transatlantic cruise, the 963-foot Luminosa will spend over half of its itinerary at sea with no ports of call. To help its guests pass the time, the 2,826 guest ship house, 6 dining venues, or hosts rather, 5 bars, and a pool deck with amenities like water slides. Luminosa is one of Carnival's newest ships, but that doesn't mean the ship itself is new. The vessel was originally Costa Cruises, Costa Luminosa, before it transitioned to Carnival's fleet in September of 22. The ship is currently operating itineraries from Brisbane, Australia. 31-day cruise will allow Carnival to reposition the Luminosa stateside to begin sailing from Seattle. And that's about it. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can start doing that in another year. It leaves in April of 24. Sounds really interesting. If I had the time, like Mike's saying, if he were retired, he'd do that. And I think I would too. We could go over there and get that guy with the budgie smugglers there, Sean and his wife, and have them sail to Seattle with us. Spend a month with them. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be fun? That would be great. Be a good time. But that's the newest news coming out of Carnival. So that sounds like fun, actually. I don't know, 31 days with most of it at sea. I hope they have a lot of stuff planned. That's a month-long journey. It may get boring. I don't know. What do you think? You think it would get boring? I do not know. But don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Share us out. Tell all your friends. We played that bumper in the beginning. That's one of my older videos that I wanted to put up. One of our trailers that I had first made when we started the channel. So I thought it'd be fun if I played that. That tells you a little bit about us. There's one thing on our channel. We have a blooper reel that I think is funny. So if you haven't checked that out, check out our, it's titled, So You Think Making a Video is Easy? And it has segments of all the outtakes that, when you're making your video and trying to perfect it and edit it and make it perfect, it's all the outtakes and the bugs flying in your mouth and sneezing and people walking up to you or almost getting run over by cars and whatnot. So it's a lot of fun. So how's everybody else doing? What do you got planned for the week? I don't see much chatter in the chat, so let me know that you're here. Let me know so I know that we haven't stopped streaming. Looks like we're still going. Okay, there we go. 624 internet on that cruise. Can you imagine? 30 days, it costs you $620 just to get the internet. Craziness. But I'd definitely like to try something like that. I think you hit it on the head, Mike. When we retire, I think that would be fun. I've become quite an addict to cruising, although I haven't done much of it. I've only been on 2 cruises, and I really like it, and I've been really jonesing, I guess, to do more. But time and work schedules in that sometimes just get in the way. So darn work gets in the way. But I suppose that's how we fund this fun. Funding the fun. We got another trip coming up at the end of March. That's going to kind of kick off our traveling for this 2023 season. We're going to be going to Florida. It's like I said yesterday, it's going to be a dual trip. We'll be visiting some family. And then we're also going down kind of for some business. I want to look at some property down there. We'll do some videoing. We're going to hopefully connect up with John and Nancy from J&N Travels. They're doing their winter leg of the year down there. They spend around 3 months or so. They do the snowbird thing. So they're actually from our state here in New Hampshire, and they're doing what someday Colleen and I would like to do. So I hope to meet up with them. We'll spend a day, have some lunch, make some videos, have some laughs. Hopefully Nancy will be all healed up by then. Not that I'm expecting to do anything too adventurous with her, like bobsledding or water sliding or anything like that. But I just know that she ended up breaking her arm down there, and that's can be debilitating and painful. So hope she heals up and she'll be all healed up for that. So leg doctor, let's see. I'm looking at what Mike's saying. Think I would do this then for the 270 day or whatever it was. Leg doctor, get Ford Flex ready for shopping for Tampa 25 days. Right? You're going to grab a Cuban sandwich, right? When you were down there? Going to get yourself some Cuban sandwich in Tampa before or after the cruise. Kathy says she enjoyed cruising as well. Longest cruise she's been on was 12 days. The days at sea were very relaxing, never boring. Well, there you have it. So the longest one I've been on, I don't know, 5 or 6 days maybe. I know that the days go by quickly. That's for sure. But 31 days, you never know. You never know how that could go. So, I think that would be very cool to go to Guam, to go to Japan, and Alaska. Now, Kathy, you've been to Alaska, and that's got to be unbelievable. I would love to go up there. Mike says Royal has the 270-day cruise. My gosh, that's a long time. I know that there's people that they basically live on cruise ships. That can be crazy. I don't know how that would be. But I suppose if you're really that addicted to cruising and you have the time, why not? And especially those international cruises, you could see the world and not even step on a plane. James says, yes, he's going to have the Cuban in Tampa. That sounds good. I'm going to be in Tampa at the end of March, and maybe I'll have to do that, James. I'll grab a Cuban sandwich so I can experience what you're going to have. Hey, Angie from Bariatric is Around is here. How are you? Good afternoon to you. I know it's lunchtime in your neck of the woods. It's good to see you. And I hope everything's. Is it still crazy there in Germany, or has it settled down? She was excited for Carnival over there in Cologne, Germany. They have a big celebration, and everything gets crazy where the women take over, and they smack the men around and take over the town halls and whatnot. So Kathy said she did. She went to Alaska and she loved the cruise. James is saying hi to Angie. And Bob Autry is in the house. He's one of my cruising companions. Good morning to you, sir. I hope all is well with you and Deborah. Angie says she's on break time. Yeah, usually this early in the morning, she's having her afternoon break from work, and she pops in and says hi to me. So I appreciate that. She's saying it's still crazy there. I bet. Have you stormed any of the government buildings yet, and taken it over? Paul says the Cuban in Miami is amazing, and I've heard the same thing. But then I've heard that the one in Tampa that they make is pretty comparable to the one in Miami. So Kathy says she went twice in 2012, and then the other was a cruise in Land Tour 9 days in 2018. I would love to go there. I haven't been to Alaska at all. Has anybody in the chat other than Kathy been? It sounds like it'd be great. It is not just for one day. It usually starts in November, and you think it ends up to Ash Wednesday. I'm not so sure. Well, that makes sense because of I know that Mardi Gras here in the U.S., that's right around Ash Wednesday, right? Isn't that when it ends? Oh, awesome coffee. Kathy's saying good morning to Bob. Shirley is saying much love to Angie. Bob's saying hi, Kathy. You're having a blizzard there. We had a little snow overnight, but it was just a dusting. So you're probably getting the front that hit us last night. And not to rub it in, but you can have the blizzard. So for those of you that don't know Glitter World, Shirley, she lives in Newfoundland, which is somewhat northeast of the Maine coast. And so she usually gets the weather that we've had a day or two before. So Angie says she will not do that. She's not going to storm any of the government buildings. I've seen some pictures, though, so far, and it looks like they're having a great time over there. That looks like a fun time. Bob says he's been to Alaska. Yeah, one day I'd like to have Colleen and I go up there. It sounds like a good time. Paul's saying that the Cuban in Tampa is reported to be super, and you shall see, right? Because you're going to be on the next on the cruise with James and Cindy and the like, right? You and Miss Meg will be sailing on that. Oh wow, 2 day long snow, 100-mile. Darn, 100-mile winds. So I guess it wasn't the front that came through here. Well, you can keep that, my friend. You know how I love the cold and the snow. Not a big fan at all. Angie's saying, and then comes May Festival, then Wine Festival, then Oktoberfest. Oh, my. There's so much going on in summer. Wow, you guys like to have festivals. Sounds pretty good to me. Especially the Wine Festival and Oktoberfest. I'm down with that for sure. Any excuse to have fun and be merry. The Germans, right? Yeah, you love them so much. How long have you lived in Germany? You've been there for a while. That's another place I'd like to go is Germany. I'd like to tour Bavaria and Europe. Take a train tour. Go through Europe. That sounds like it'd be a whole lot of fun. Bob's saying that Deb and him are planning a cruise to Alaska for August. Oh, that's awesome. Sean and Ilana, they're trying to get us to sail in 25. I believe it leaves out of Brisbane and it goes to the South Pacific. to Fiji and Tahiti and those islands alike. That sounds like it may be something we may have to do, although it's a 14-day cruise, and that may be tough for me to get off of work considering the type of work that I do, but we still got a couple of years to think about it. So Oktoberfest is all about beer, and I love beer. I just don't drink much beer anymore. Beer is something that I used to brew and bottle and tried a bunch of different beers, but now beer doesn't seem to like me anymore. So, but that sounds like a lot of fun. We need a whiskey fest because that's what I like. I like scotch and whiskey, cigar and a nice small little glass of scotch is what I like. Angie says she's lived here for almost 24 years, so you're Germanized, right? And your Filipineness is gone. Have you been back to the Philippines in the 24 years that you've been in Germany? And yeah, Kathy's saying that it should be beautiful. Alaska should be beautiful in August, and I would agree. Right there in the height of summer. Alaska is one of those places that are full of ice and snow too, so there's a short window that I would visit, and that would definitely have to be in the hottest, warmest time. So Shirley says she went to the Worlds of Whiskey once. Where is that? The Worlds of Whiskey. All right, I'm intrigued. Where is that? I want to go. I would like to go to that for sure. Angie says she hasn't been back since she was a teenager. So long. You were just a teenager a couple of years ago, weren't you? You usually end up in Australia to see your whole family, so they live in Australia. Oh, you're going to have to meet up with Sean from Down Under Cruisers. Or go to Tasmania and meet up with my friend Radio Jonesy. Great people down there. So Australia is definitely another bucket list for me. You had roast beef and chocolate pears. That sounds good. Look it up. Okay, I will. I'll look it up. It does sound like it would be worth going to. So absolutely. Don't forget, it is Cup of Joe. It's the morning. It's the Cup of Joe show with Jimmy. And hopefully you guys get your morning beverage. What do you enjoy? I know Shirley, she's a tea drinker. How about the rest of you guys? Do you drink coffee in the morning? I drink coffee throughout the day, although not all day. So I start my coffee at 5 a.m. and then I stop around 10 o'clock, and I nurse a cup, so I may have 3 cups before 10 o'clock, and then every weekday at 3 p.m. My subordinates at work, they make sure that the chief has a hot cup of coffee in his hand by 3. They'll make a pot of coffee, not just for me, but they know that that's kind of our break time. So I get another hot cup of coffee then before I leave for the day. Shirley says, yes, used to live in Melbourne where Sean is, but have grown up in Brisbane, Queensland, and Aussieland. You are a world traveler, my friend. That's awesome. Shirley says she's going to send me the link. Okay. Bob's a coffee drinker for sure. And James, most of the day he drinks black coffee, and that's how I drink mine. Mine's black. I used to, when I was a young man, I would have cream and sugar in it. And then at some point I decided that I would just go with the black coffee. Being in the fire department, sometimes it's hard to get the cream and sugar. If we're on a extended incident, people will bring us coffee, but sometimes there's nothing to put in it. And I think that's when I developed a taste for black coffee, and now I won't have it any other way. Sometimes in the warm weather, and I'll have an iced coffee. I definitely need a little cream and sugar in that. Angie says, then I found the love of my life, the German at university, and now we live in Germany. And I love every bit of your life here. It looks like you do. I've watched you. You are one of the happiest, most bubbliest people I've ever seen. And I love that. It's infectious to watch you on your videos, because you're just always smiling, laughing, and I want the recipe that you have, because you just it is infectious. If you haven't been to Bariotic is around, you need to go to her channel. Maybe somebody can post her link, and watch some of her videos. She's been a good friend over some time here that I've been on YouTube, and she posts some great videos of her and her family, and them visiting around, and especially in Germany and whatnot. So I know that Darian, when he's gone over, they've met up and had some collaborations there. So great person. So check her out. Mike's saying the cruise I was talking about was 274 days, and it is 65 countries, but 60,000 per interior. Oh, wow. Can you imagine? That's more than a year's pay for some people to go on an almost a year-long cruise. 65 countries, though. That's an odyssey. If I won the lottery, I may think about doing that. Paul's saying he likes coffee in the morning and one when I get back in the evening. Yeah, so before I work at 3, I'll have 1.5 cups. And I leave, my workday ends at 4 p.m. And then I head home, and that's pretty much it for the day with coffee. If I have any after that, it would be, I wouldn't be going to bed till late, I think. And I'm an early to bed guy, especially to get up at 5 a.m. and do my show at 6 a.m. so we can talk and have coffee together. Angie says she travels a lot. Blessings, have been everywhere except America. Well, now you got to come here. One of these days, your feet will be in the U.S. And if you do, you have to hook up with all of us here. You need to let us know ahead of time. That way we can have a meet and greet with you. I would like to meet you and your husband. And I know you would love the United States. It's a great country, and there's a lot to see here. In fact, Hope Bus is in the house. Good morning, Victoria. And we were talking about the United States yesterday, and as far as the demographically, there's so much to see here. So when you come to the U.S., you need to let us know, and we'll point you in the right directions for the greatest things to see. Life is too short to be sad, worry, or being negative. Correct. Let it be, let it flow, and forget the rest. God is always good. Be happy within. Everything is fine. Amen, my friend. Amen. Well, that's why you hear me preach my positive mental attitude, because there's no sense in being anything except positive and having a good day. And you certainly are the poster child for that. So I appreciate your friendship and appreciate meeting you, because you certainly are a very happy and positive person. There's a cruise that you guys might want to invest in. Germans love this one. It is towards Arctic. It's crazy. I don't know if I want to go to the Arctic. Maybe for somebody. Here is Angie's link to her channel. If you haven't been over, check her out. Go over there and see what she's all about. And if you like her channel, consider subscribing to her. She's great, and she is friends with a lot of us here, a lot of our YouTube family members. So Kathy says, I'm like you with the black coffee, cream and sugar in my 30s, then cream only in your 40s. But now you enjoy black coffee as soon as I wake up every day. Yeah, me too. I'm definitely a black coffee guy. Like I said, Victoria is here. She's another one. If you haven't been over to the Hope Bus channel, you should check her out. Her and her husband Terry. They're building their dream bus, and they're doing a fantastic job on that. I mean, that's you just have to go to her channel and watch what they're doing. They're doing a fantastic job. It's I was telling her yesterday, it's quite a pro job, and they're getting close. I think she's looking forward to hitting the road this spring. So let's see. Angie's saying, "Oh yes, I was to be in New York last August for a wedding, but your flight got canceled." I remember that. Yeah. So close, but yet so far, but the opportunity is always present. Yeah, you should come. New York is just, I mean, if you like cities, New York is a very large city. I think you should see it. Just don't stay too long. There's so much in this country you need to see. From Florida out west to the Grand Canyon and the deserts and the mountains. There's just so much here in this country. Is so much to see. It's a very big country, and demographically, it's so diverse. You know, where I live, it's probably similar to where you live in Germany. Mountains and lots of forests and trees. And then the more south you go, the more temperate it gets. Down where Mr. Paul lives, it's a little bit warmer down there than it is here, and you start to see palm trees. And then if you move towards the Midwest, there's the Mississippi River, and you start getting into the plains, what they call the plains of the United States. It can be really flat. And then from there, the plants and grasses seem to disappear, and then you're in the desert. And then you may run into the Grand Canyon, and then out to the west coast of California and Oregon and Washington State. And there's so much in between. So it's a great country, and it's very, very diverse, like I said. So you were looking to share the whiskey link. Well, if you find it, share it. If not, just send it to me, and I'll look it up too. It's called Worlds of Whiskey. I'm excited to see what that's about. It takes a lifetime to see the whole of America. If you were to go to all of the 50 states, or at least the lower, what they call the lower 48, yeah, you need about a year, I think, to do it right. And that's, not spending too much time in each state. So, but hopefully you'll make it out here and check it out. You live close to the Black Forest, Alsace, France, Austria, and Switzerland. I would love to see all of that. So thank you, Mr. Paul. He's put up Victoria's link to her channel. And if you haven't been over to watch some of her stuff, you can see the building of her bus. And then some other things. Her and her husband are definitely into helping folks and help you with some of the healing that you may need. And they're just very uplifting, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me if you know. Surely you know. They're very uplifting folks anyways, and they'll help you through your day. They definitely, what I preach every day, the PMA, they preach that every minute, and what they preach is on steroids. So they're awesome. So check them out. They stopped it. I went years ago. Oh, that's too bad. But we could start our own world of whiskey, couldn't we? We'd have to get a bottle of whiskey from every country in the world, and then we could do tastings and pairings. That sounds good. So you went 8 years ago. All right, Angie, thank you for coming in. Work is calling. We will have fun, and you be blessed as well. Thank you so much, and see you again on the next live. Thank you all. Bye for now. Bye, Angie. Have a good day. good afternoon and good evening to you. Guten Tag. Did I say that right? They will help you evolve. Okay, so she's talking about Hope Bus. They will help you evolve in a different level. Absolutely, for sure. They break down your blocks, hang-ups, and mindsets, right? And, you're always welcome. I'll be by even more. So I want to watch the progress of that bus. And hopefully, like we talked about yesterday, maybe at one point, when you come down here to the lower 48, we'll meet up. I'll park the RV, the RV right next to you guys, and we can hang out for a couple nights around the fire, sing some songs. I'll bring my guitar. Total energy shift. That's right. If you haven't checked out Victoria's channel, you need to go over there and see what they're all about, because they'll definitely make your day. And that goes for all of us here. Everybody that I have in the chat right now are all friends, and most of us have channels, and there's not one negative channel in the group, which is good. We're all about helping each other out, and if you see somebody in the chat that you haven't been over to their channel, definitely go over, watch a video, and do it right. Watch a full video. Everybody's got different length videos, 3 minutes, some have 15. Pick a video and just watch the whole thing. Comment on it. Give them a legitimate comment, not just, hey, nice video, or thanks for sharing. I mean, give them a legitimate comment. And then, if you like what they're doing, subscribe to their channel, because that's what it's about. We're here to support each other. Definitely here to support each other. PYH Music is in the house. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. Good to see you, for stopping by. And hopefully we'll see you regularly in our lives. And let's see. Right, Shirley? Wouldn't that be fun? We'll all meet up and we'll do some camping and do some singing, hang around the fire and chill out. PYH is saying hello to Hope Bus, saying hello to the Clock family. And so like I said, tomorrow night we're going to be up for the Hump Day live stream at 6 p.m. I used to do mornings, but every morning I think it gets a little taxing on me. So I'm still not 100% back from recovering from the apnea stuff. So I'm still getting used to the CPAP, although it's working well. Although it dries my throat out, and I use the water. It has a humidifier in it, but I think you can hear it. I have a husky voice, a little smoky. If I was a lounge singer, that may be something good, but my camera looks fantastic. Are you talking about mine? If it is, well, thank you. It was looking horrible yesterday. The picture was just horrible. So I made a little adjustment, and now it's seems to be working a lot better than it was. You know what I haven't done this morning? I haven't posted the link, and I try to do that every day. If anybody wants to come up on the panel, that's part about what I do. So there's the link. If anybody wants to come up, I'll see you down in the basement, and we'll bring you right up. Well, they call it the basement, I think, because it's down here on my screen. But let's call it the green room. That sounds more show businessy, doesn't it? I'll see you in the green room, and then I'll bring you up. I'll call you out. Open the curtains, and out you come. So there's the link there if anybody wants to come up. And that's right. Do what works for you. We will follow. Absolutely. I'm all about people doing what they want when they want. Um, you can see that I always have my flag behind me. And that flag to me means one part of it means you're able to do what you want when you want. And so, Bob, yeah, I have a heated hose, and I also have the humidifier. It's got to be the settings in it. I know you can set the humidity level. I tried bumping it up, and um, it was too much because I was breathing some of the water. I could feel it. And then I had it set too cold, and I have the nose pillow thing, so it's not the full face mask. And it was definitely cold every time I took a breath in. So it may be just finding that happy medium with the settings. So I'm still getting used to it. I'm still playing with it. So is that a webcam or something different? It is. So I'm using an Apple or a Mac, an iMac, and it's the camera that's built into it. So here's Mike. Good morning, sir. How are you? Let me bring you up here. There we go.
Morning. What's going
Hi.
on?
How are you, sir?
Okay.
Thanks for popping in.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah. So I'm using the camera that's on the. It's just on the computer itself. So at some point, I want to be able to have two cameras going, switch back and forth. That way, you can get a side view. I don't know which is my best side, but. So, Mike, let me ask you: are you up this early every day?
Well, I normally get up at 3 for work, um, and then I'm normally on the road by like 4:30. But um, I transferred jobs on Friday, and um, the job I transferred to was going to require me to get up at 2 a.m. every day.
Oh
So
boy,
then that is not going to work for me. So I'm working on trying to get transferred to another job right now.
what is it you do? Can you tell me what you do for work?
I'm an electrician.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's early though. 2 a.m. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, I got transferred to NIH, National Institute of Health. I'm in Maryland, and the it's almost 2 hour drive there, and the start time is 5:30. And they told me that with NIH, you have to get searched, and the vehicle's got to get searched in order to get in there. And in order to make it by 5:30, you have to be there at least 45 minutes earlier than that. So that puts you at 4:45,
oh
and
man,
would mean I'd have to leave my house by 2:45. So I'd have to get up at 2. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
yeah, that's a long day. And then by the time when you get home, I mean, you'll have to go to bed real early. I mean, I'm in bed early myself. It's just because I 5:30. I wake up anyway, regardless of
Mm,
work or an alarm clock. So by 8 o'clock at night, I get tired. But man, you'd have to be going to bed early as well.
yeah,
Makes it hard to visit with your family and enjoy the family too. So,
and
what,
trying to do this on top of it,
right?
I don't, I just
Um,
don't have time.
if I feel getting rumbly in the chest, look into Molin. Helps to clear excess fluid and phlegm. I will do that. You're
Mm,
definitely the person, Victoria. I will talk to anytime I need some sort of remedy for sure. So you live in Maryland. I was down in Cherry Hill Park, which is an RV. I can't remember what town it is in, but we were down there a couple of years ago. A friend of mine was working. He's a contractor and he was doing a government job. So he's in the veteran builders program with the government, and he was working on the Treasury building in Washington. And
okay.
he pulls a fifth wheel around because he works around the whole country. So I went down there and we hung out with him for a few days, and he gave us the tour of. We went to Mount Vernon and different parts of Virginia and that. So it's beautiful country down there.
Yeah,
I also
I'm in southern part of Maryland, right near the water.
I did some training in Waldorf, Maryland. Are you familiar with that area?
That's 45 minutes from my house.
Yeah. I was a rescue diver on the fire department for many years, and I did some training down there in Waldorf, which was a lot of fun. Um, Diving in basically one of the estuaries, I guess, for the Chesapeake Bay. Um,
Okay.
yeah, very brackish water, hard to see. They did that on purpose, so because they try to put us in
Yeah,
in
tough,
yeah,
toughest environments.
yeah, exactly. So, but that was a lot of fun. So I spent a little time down there, and then um, I we go to Emmitsburg. That's where the National Fire Academy is, and that's a bit north of from you. But I've spent several long weekends down there doing some training. So
How
that's a
long ago was
beautiful.
it that you were in Waldorf?
Oh, Waldorf. Yeah, it's been some years, 10 or 15 anyway. It's been a
I
while.
got you.
I'm an older man now. I don't dive anymore. I let the kids do it. But I had fun doing that, and we went to the one of the naval training buildings in Washington and swam in the big Navy pool and that. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. So um, let's see. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. Bob's saying, yeah, it's probably the settings. The Mac camera is nice. Yeah, now that I have it set correctly. Yesterday, I
What'd you
don't
have
know
to
what
change
it.
on yours?
I'm sorry.
What'd you have to change on your settings?
I went into and honestly, I am not that computer savvy. So what I did is I looked around and I went into some of the settings on it. Do you use a Mac?
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm on right now. And your picture seems clearer than mine. Now, how old is your Mac?
It's only maybe 2 years old.
I see. Mine's like 9, so it's probably probably
It,
the
it
age of the computer more than anything.
right. The technology may be just a little bit better, but I forget exactly where I went. It was under privacy settings, believe it or not.
Okay.
And what it showed was it showed StreamYards and like Google, and I was messing around with Melon, the Melon streaming program, and I don't know. I stumbled on something that it said HD, and it wasn't on HD, so I clicked on it, and now I guess I'm HD. So, but if I figure it out, I'll go back and I'll let you know what I did. Let's see. Victoria's saying 2 a.m. for work, 2 hour drive. No, thank you. Right?
Yeah. So 2 hour
That's
drive is actually almost normal for me.
4 hours a
Hour and a half,
day
2 hours.
of driving. Yeah, no. I So before I took the job, I've been at the job that I'm at now for a little over 2 years. I had a job at a fire department prior to that for 13 years or so, and it's right down the street from my house. It's like a 2 mile drive. So it was great. The job that I have now is maybe about 15 minutes. I jump on the interstate and I'm there in about 15 minutes, so it's not even that bad. So
Yeah. I was at a nuke plant right down like 6 miles from my house for 10 years. So I got lucky then. But then before that and then now, it's like I said, about an hour and a half, 2 hours each way normally.
Victoria's saying, good idea um, that you switching positions. Yeah, I mean, look, you don't want to live for your work. You want to work to live and be with your family. I mean, that's what it's about. And like you said, do what we're doing. The YouTube stuff is so much fun, and Victoria's saying that the picture is crisp. Yeah, a lot better than yesterday, right? So hopefully it'll stay that way. Hey, good morning, V. How are you? I'm working on getting you guys all your prizes. V was one of the ones that won one of the prizes on the live stream the other day. So I have your address. I started writing everything down, and I started packing some of them up. So I hope to have everything out by the end of the week. Victoria's saying hi. I do not pay for StreamYard. That's why you can see the powered by
Little,
StreamYard up above Mike's head.
little,
I do not pay for it. Not yet. Hopefully, someday I'll start to make some money doing YouTube. It's not the main reason why I do it, but it would be nice to at least subsidize it a little bit. But good morning to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. James is saying hi to V. So, Mike, you're going on the booze cruise.
Yep.
Have you done the booze cruise before?
I have not.
No.
Never been on a Halloween cruise.
No, I haven't either. I'm looking forward to it. We
should be a lot of channels that we all watch and stuff. So
yeah, I think Robin and Chet, are they gonna? I think they're going from Sea Lake Journeys.
I don't think they are.
Oh, they're not.
Got their own one coming next year with TNT.
And is someone going on are they going on the Mardi Gras coming up next month? Maybe. Oh God, there's so many people we talk to.
I know somebody's going on the Mardi Gras. I've seen it. Shoot, I don't remember. It may have been them.
Yeah, it may have been. I don't remember either, but I try to jump in, so don't tell anybody, but sometimes at work I'll jump on real quick when I'm sitting at the desk when I have a minute. But I try to follow what everybody's doing. But I know that Bamanola, they live there in New Orleans, so they're going to be on the cruise as well. In fact, I think they were the ones that were convincing us to go on it. So, and then Kathy K. Fowler, who was in the chat here, she's going to be going with us, her and her husband.
Okay.
And we're trying to get some other folks to go. So, although honestly, that ship was the rooms were filling up fast. We were looking at because I always get a balcony. I could never do an interior. I'd go crazy. So I'd at least need
interior.
I would at least
do an interior just because try to save as much as I can because I do so many cruises, or at least try to do so many cruises. Because I just got off the Vloggers cruise, and then in 47 days, I think it is, I got Wonder of the Seas. It's like 82nd. I think I go on Wonder of the Seas.
That's Royal Caribbean, right?
That's correct. That's the current biggest cruise ship in the world. We went on it last year on the fourth sailing, and we really enjoyed it. The adults only area, the solarium area on that ship is very, very nice. And then we have Liberty of the Seas in June, and then we had the booze cruise. So
I'd like to go on a Royal Carib at some point. It's hard for me to get away right now as much as I'd like to, just because of my job, my position in the fire department. I'm part of the command staff, and if I'm away too long, that could be detrimental because we never know what we're going to be doing as far as incidents and that. So there is 3 of us, but we all like to take about a week at a time. So we'll be going, I'm doing this trip in Florida next month, and that'll be about a week. And then we'll go on the booze cruise in October. And in between, we have an RV. So I like to do long weekends. So I take a Friday off, or I'll take random weekdays off, and that kind of breaks it up. So, but I would like to do like what you're doing. I'd like to take at least 2 cruises a year if we could. But we'll see. We still have plenty of time, right? So Victoria says, don't realize the extra stress a long commute does to your bodies and on your mind until you change it up. She used to drive 90 minutes each way and then got a job 5 minutes away, right? And I loved just getting in the car and I was at work in 5 minutes. I mean, it's not bad now, but for you, man, getting up at 2 and driving, 2 hours one way, that's crazy. That's just too much. Matt Woolard from Backlash Fisherman, I don't know if you know his channel, but he drives 2, 3, 4 hours some days one way to go to his job. He's all over the place. He lives in North Carolina, and he works for an engineering firm, and they have him driving all over the state. It's crazy. I couldn't do that. Just too much. Spending too much in the car.
I used to do service work, and when I was on a service truck, I'd spend most of my days driving. I'd go hit a call for 2 hours and then go somewhere else. It could have been our local does Maryland, DC, and Virginia, so we can be anywhere in that location.
Victoria says she gets to come downstairs now. Her clients come to her. That's perfect. That's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And V saying, yeah, it's hard to follow YouTubers while you're at work, especially when you can't type. And that's why I kind of lurk. I'll type in there and say, hey, I'm lurking, just so that I can support people. But I can't do it that often, obviously. You're there to work, so hope my voice to text message is okay and not be backwards. It seems fine. Victoria's been trying to get me to retire. She says I work too much. I've been working too long. I've been in the fire service since 1983, so it's 40 years this year. Yeah, but I'm not ready to retire. I have to wait for my bride. She's not ready to go either. So when she's ready to retire, I will. She's a few years younger than me. All right, go get the breakfast ready. Love to you, back to you, and it's good to see you. Yeah, come on by the stream tomorrow at 6:00. Tomorrow's Colleen's late night at work. They actually do a live stream from where she works on Facebook. And so I'll do my live stream at home here waiting for her. But yeah, so one of these days I'll retire. And who knows? But so let's see. I've been at it for about an hour. I realized the time went by so fast. So I'm going to have to hit the road here. Mike, you're always welcome to come up anytime. If you're up this early and and you want to hang out and talk, that's always good having somebody else in the panel.
Yep.
Then there's not a lot of dead air. So, but I appreciate you coming in, and I appreciate everybody else coming in. It was great seeing all of you guys. Hope you have a great day. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will save your day, and believe me when I tell you, I'm living proof of that. I really am. Don't forget to honor that flag behind us. A lot of people have given their safety and put their lives on the line so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we do every day, and keep those folks in your thoughts and prayers, first responders, service people, and whatnot. So that's going to do it, I guess. I really appreciate everybody coming in, as always. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. right here on the Astute Tourist channel. So I'm going to take the liberty and say, for Mike with Clock Family Adventures, and I'm Jimmy, your Astute Tourist. We'll see you later. Bye, everybody.